Excellent.
Hello Neighbor on April the 21st, joined by Nickie Davis. Nickie is the Executive Director of The District, downtown Columbia, Missouri. Nickie, welcome to Hi Neighbor, and tell us about yourself and the district.
Thank you so much. So I'm Nickie Davis. I have been the director of the district downtown for not quite a year yet. Before that, I was the director of outreach for the district, and before that, I was actually on their board where I had a clothing store called Muse that was on 9th Street downtown. So when I had that store, I sat on the board and got familiar with what a CIED is, what we do, and while I love having a clothing store, I kind of came to my realization that what I actually like to do is kind of advocate for small businesses and bring the community together, I guess, in a way. Things happened perfectly, and now I'm the executive director, and I get to play with small businesses every day. It's a hard time for us, but we're a wonderful community, and people have stepped up a lot to help our small businesses in this kind of super crazy time right now. So
And the district is made up of how many businesses?
yeah, so we are about 50 square blocks, 600 businesses, uh, 5,000 residents, all within our little downtown area. And we are technically a political subdivision. So we are paid off the sales tax of our small businesses. So we work directly for our people downtown, and get to see their faces every day and see what's going on in their lives. It's a very interesting job, and it's get to juggle lots of hats, but it's a lot of fun.
And Muse, does Muse still exist virtually? Is it still online?
So it was online until I got the director's position. After that, I kind of it's on pause. It's not gone forever, but I wanted to get situated in my new role before I venture off into my now fun job. So it will be back, and it lives very fully here in my apartment with me. But yeah, as of right now, it's on pause until things settle down a little bit.
And I'm glad we're kind of sharing a laugh, and even before we hit record here, just kind of lighthearted. But this is pretty heavy time, and I think I saw something you wrote, or maybe it was on the district website. It was maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe 4, and the phrase that caught me was "when this ends," or "when this is over." And 3 to 4 weeks ago, I think that we probably thought that looked like a couple of weeks, maybe. I don't know. And now it's been this
Yeah.
long, and now it potentially could be longer. And I'm going to go on a little soapbox here. I went to Hy-Vee yesterday, first time in a month. I've been out to a grocery store. We've been having delivery. Other than staff in the store, I was the only person wearing a mask. And I thought, Kelly and I are doing all we can, staying at home, protecting ourselves, keeping ourselves safe, keeping other people safe, that potentially those of us who are following all the rules could be kind of in quarantine even longer because so many people I've just kind of quit following or never have.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's super hard. And, people think I'm not going to get sick, but that's not the point, really. It's about getting other people sick. And if you want to support your community and your small businesses and their employees, it is very important that we do whatever we can to end this as soon as possible so that our businesses can reopen and start rehiring. This is it's more than just about you and your health. While that is important, it's about other people's health and the vitality of our economy and our city. So yeah, it's hard. I think people just don't understand how severe it is, and a lot of times people will come hopefully out of this pretty soon, and people will look back and realize that I should have tried harder. I should have thought large on a larger scale other than just, myself and my bubble. So yeah, it is very important.
And I know that the public health folks would welcome the criticism 3 months or 6 months from now, or however long this people to say, boy, it really didn't get that bad here. I mean, if you're sick or you've lost a loved one, it's bad. And
Hmm.
not to minimize it, but they'd love to be able to say, for people to say, boy, everybody really overreacted. That was crazy. Rather than, hey, why didn't you do something because
Right, exactly.
this was bad?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had my doctor told me just on Friday that this is just getting to Colombia.
yeah.
Uh,
Oof.
so that's really troubling. But something coming up with the district on Saturday, right? The
Yeah.
26th.
The
Uh,
25th, yes. Yeah.
the spring shop hop. Here's my
Uh-huh.
little printout. You're not going to go and actually hop to a shop, but you can shop online. A lot of different specials and things going on, and people can connect with that through the district's website, right?
Yes. So this is our normal spring shop hop. Obviously, we had to change it up a little bit, and we are doing a virtual spring shop hop, first time ever. So Saturday, the 25th, starting at 9 and going until 5-ish. Again, the first time we've ever done this. We will be hosting a Facebook Live all day long. Every 15 minutes, there will be a new business that will come on and talk about what they're doing. Maybe they'll show you how to make one of their favorite drinks. Maybe they'll show you the new things in their store. They'll tell you if they're doing free delivery, if they're doing any specials, if they're doing curbside. I think we might have a yoga studio coming on and doing a little 15-minute yoga stretch.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so it'll be really unique and different. And we will be releasing the times of when each business is appearing, so you don't have to sit through the entire day to find your favorite businesses. But hopefully some art galleries will be doing some art tours, and just be really fun and different, and people can reconnect with their favorite businesses they haven't seen for a little while, and the businesses can share anything new or different that they might be doing right now to keep their sales up as much as possible. So yeah, and you can find that on discoverthedistrict.com. Or you can find it on our Facebook page, Discover the District. So it should be, we're letting everyone know we've never done anything like this before. But why not? It's not going to hurt anybody. It's free. So let's just have a little bit of fun and reconnect as much as we can with our amazing community. So
Well, you mentioned the 600 businesses, and any idea how many employees that represent?
I don't, because there are so many law firms, and then there's also interns that sometimes are paid and not paid. But it has been a significant loss of the employees that the businesses have had to let go of for now. And then to rehire them is going to be um, a process. So yeah, it's hugely detrimental to what our downtown did look like before all of this.
Um, and what downtown does look like, it's always really fascinated me. I grew up in a town of 1,100 people, and so being in Colombia, and I've been away from that uh, town since for about 25 years, right? But it's been a while. So uh, when I hear, oh, there's nothing to do in Colombia, oh, there's nothing to see in Colombia, I don't know, maybe you're from Chicago or LA and it seems like, a redneck city or something, but I'm just always so amazed. When I covered county government for the Tribune, I spent time downtown, mostly on the Ash Street side, walking
Hmm.
back and forth to the county courthouse or the government center. But uh, when I covered the business beat, which is where I met you, and I think I left that beat maybe 1 month, one meeting after you joined the CID
Yeah,
board.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we didn't have real crossover there with the board, but uh, walking downtown every day, just checking in with businesses, seeing, what's going on. I loved kind of the shoe leather journalism. I can do it on the phone too, but, getting out and seeing shops and seeing people. And I remember one time seeing a guy dressed as Abe Lincoln playing a trumpet, riding riding a unicycle. And, Kelly and I have this comment we make to each other only in Colombia. I mean,
Exactly. Yes.
maybe you see some of these things somewhere else, but we it's just really unique. Downtown especially is very eclectic. People complain about the parking, and there's all kinds of reasons that people give why they don't go downtown maybe, but you're talking about 600 businesses
Hmm.
in the, did you say 15 square blocks?
50.
50. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a small city right there.
Yeah.
And a lot going on, but right now it's not so much. So what are you doing personally for yourself and in professionally with as the executive director to kind of help, try to motivate, keep people's spirits up?
Yeah. Um, it's the main thing for us at the district right now is to get the accurate information to our businesses as quickly as possible for the loans, for the grants, for what we're hearing from the city. It is very important that our businesses have that information, know how to apply, know what's accurate and what's fake, because there is a lot of fake loans and grants going around right now, which is terrible. But that is one of the main things that we are doing, is to connect them to those information sources. So we've done a lot of Zoom, open Zooms for small businesses with the SBA, or the city, or the Chamber of Commerce, however we can. We've done at least probably 10 of them, about 2 a week now, I think. And that's open to the public, but we do, focus on our small businesses. So that's one of the biggest things we've been doing, is trying to find that information. And then, we are governed by a board of 15, and majority of those 15 are small business owners. Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah. um, so it's we want to continue to run as normally as we can by having our full board meetings, but with some of our board members being small business owners, they can't, their lives have been turned upside down. They've had to find other ways of finding money, and having to let go of all their employees and having to work their stores themselves, so they can't make some of our meetings now. So we are trying to function as normally as possible, by staying in close touch with our board members, but it's definitely a hard and difficult time. It's also interesting, some of our board members are bankers, and it hasn't really affected them in the same way it would affect a small business. So we have kind of both sides of that sword, I guess, to figure out what's best to keep everyone up to date. Me personally, I am mostly at home, but I am still going downtown. Businesses still need things. I've been working closely with the city to make sure we can have, so all of our parking meters are free downtown. That will go on for quite a while. We have no deadline for that. And then we have curbside pickup hoods for any businesses that request it, majority restaurants. So we go down and put those on for any businesses that need those to continue to function as much as possible, and to keep in touch with our businesses, just to check in. Zoom calls like this are fantastic, phone calls, emails, and see what's going on with them and what they need help with, and how the district, the CID, can help facilitate that for them. So we have our 3 newsletters. We have one that goes out to the public, and that one was filled with all the events and cool things happening downtown, and now we've had to kind of change that over, and it looks more like, how can you continue to help, what businesses are offering food to nurses for free, or what businesses are offering hand sanitizer. So we have switched that a little bit so that the public knows what is happening downtown and how they can continue to help. We have a fantastic list put together of all of the restaurants and retailers that are open and what they're doing, curbside pickup, free delivery. You can find all of that on the website as well. And then we have a newsletter that would go straight to college students. And, while that one is still going out, it looks different, and they're not here, majority of the people on those
Mm.
newsletters anymore. So, and then we have another one that goes to our businesses to keep them up to date on what's happening. So, we still have plenty to do and are quite busy. Um, we just want to keep it on the forefront of everyone's mind that this was not a 2-week thing or a 3-week thing. This is going to be 6 months, a year down the road before we even start to look like what normal was. So we want to make sure people understand that we need to continue to support our small businesses as much as possible in any way. And that doesn't have to be getting a gift card and buying a gift card now and using it later. That can be going on their Facebook and sharing a memory that you had from a specific store that made their day brighter, or giving them good reviews on Google. These are other ways that you can support small businesses, or just dropping them a note and letting them know that you are thinking about them and still here for them. That is super helpful for these businesses that are just in a really dark time right now. So, but we do have a phenomenal community in Colombia, and it has been a wonderful outpouring so far. So I'm it's very heartening to see everyone come out and continue to do these wonderful things, kind of like you're doing with your site, and these conversations is fantastic to kind of reconnect all of us. I think that it's very important.
Well, and honestly, I sort of have a personal motivation for that because, I miss interacting with folks so much. And when I left the Tribune and went into marketing and in an office, it was a different sort of setting, but different sort of work family. And I've been away from that, self-employed now, since about mid-November. But now to not be out and about at all, and I still, the thing I miss most still about being at the Tribune was being able to get out and just,
Hmm.
meet people, rubbing shoulders, rubbing elbows with folks, and learning their stories and their lives. And so I that's important to me to continue as well. Um, and I want to give kudos to you and your staff because you're talking about keeping the businesses updated and kind of filtering fact from fiction with the news and with loan offers and things like that. That's got to be really busy because this changes rapidly,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah, almost hourly. It's
Really?
insane. Yeah, the SBA loan and the payroll protection program, they were while they're great and we need that money as soon as we can. Yeah, the requirements change almost hourly. It's insane. Um, but nothing like this has ever been done before. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. That's just how it is.
We were driving back into Columbia, coming west from the west, going east. I don't know, 2 months ago now. It seems all the days just kind of run together.
Yeah.
And I know there's even a hashtag on Twitter now. What day is it? Because it's tough to keep track of.
Yep.
But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, as we were coming in, there was a billboard there for the district.
Yeah. It was not for the district, it was for Columbia in general.
Okay.
So it's a CVB campaign, Columbia Tourism Bureau campaign. Um, that you're talking about the one with my face on it.
The one with your face on it. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that one. That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, they approached me about it. It was almost a year and a half ago, I think. And I had no idea that it was going to be a billboard or that my face would be on it. Um, but yeah, so the CDB does this amazing campaign called Meet Colombia, or Meet Como, and it's about 9 or 10 local people that they followed around and did these beautiful commercials and print ads around that just kind of So I had my favorite coffee shop, and then Jesse Garcia, who is in a different one, he had his favorite coffee shop, and they're really beautiful commercials. You should look them up on the CVBU's website. Uh, you honestly shouldn't see them in Colombia. They only advertise 60 minutes outside of Colombia.
Really? Okay.
So that's to bring people into Colombia. So
Mhm.
if you're here and you're saying it's, so we advertise inside Colombia. They advertise outside of Colombia. But yeah, it was a huge production. I had no idea what I was getting into, and now my face is on a billboard.
There it is. Well, and listen, you and the district are a great face for Columbia, really,
Well, good.
because
I hope so.
and especially after this conversation, knowing how you're working to keep everybody connected and up to date, and it sounds like it's even more full time than it ever was.
It really is. It's just a different type, before it was face-to-face meetings and, walking people through businesses and all that good stuff. And now it's more of these, which actually is kind of nice. We're so lucky to have Zoom, and our phones, and what a different world it would be if we didn't have all of this technology to help us through it.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's been busy, and I think we're hopefully starting to see the edge of a silver lining here coming up pretty soon. But um, it's been a wild ride. So
well, in June, if we could maybe wrap up the conversation with this, in June, I think I saw on the district website this morning, and that's discoverthedistrict.com, right? Okay. Uh, Restaurant Week is coming up
yeah.
in June.
Yep.
Uh, is it hope against hope to hope that things are open and sort of back to normal by then?
Yes. I think I hope that we will be reopened by then. I think we will still have limited capacity in many places, um, and 6 feet apart and all of that. I think that's going to stay around for quite a while. And I think our restaurant week will just look differently. Maybe instead of so it's a passport program. So you go to 3 or 4 different restaurants and you get stamps, and you get to try one of their new specials or something like that, and then you turn it in for prizes. So, maybe this year, if you can make it into 2 restaurants and do 3 curbside pickups, maybe that's how restaurant week will look this year. And we'll just tweak it to make it uh, fit our current situation, and we'll still have fun with it. But yeah, the main focus with all of our events, Drinks in the District comes up after that one, is just to celebrate our businesses and hopefully get people to try something new that they haven't tried before. So um,
Great.
I think that's the world we're living in right now anyways. So
Yes, it's different and different every day. Nickie, I've
mhm.
always appreciated your energy and your creativity. Always fun to be around,
Thank you.
and just sort of exude that for other people, and just appreciate that from myself personally and professionally, and just wish you and the district and all of our businesses downtown the very best.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. This was super fun.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much.